we go. So this will be available afterwards if you want to listen to pieces of it afterwards. I'm going to try and break it into chunks so you don't need to listen to big, long pieces of it. But if there's a specific piece you need to listen to, great. You'll be going into breakouts for a little bit. We will not be recording in the breakout. One of your coaches may be able to record it in the breakout for you. That's a possibility if they ask me before they go in, but that doesn't always happen. So as I said before, I'm Dr. Mimi. Maybe I didn't say it. I am Dr. Mimi, and I am the director of the camp for this week. I am working with a wonderful, wonderful team, and I want to make sure that we know who those wonderful people are. One of them is Alexis. And tonight we are also have Sarine. Let's see if I can find her and spotlight her. She was there.
I got her.
There she is. And I'm not sure if Rose is in yet. Rose, I don't think is in yet, and Tara may not be in quite yet. So they're going to be with us all week long. They'll be the main help people in the in this main room. You will be in breakouts most of the week. You'll be in these main sessions for a very brief period of time, and then you'll be in smaller breakouts where you'll be able to meet a bunch of different people and hopefully learn something new. And I think that's generally the feedback we've gotten from everybody, is that they've learned a lot more than they thought they was going to learn. We'll talk a little bit about logistics of what's where. So hold your questions, please, so that, because I get distracted easily. Maybe Sarine doesn't, but I get distracted easily. So if I see those chat boxes going crazy, then I tend to pay attention to it instead of you. So we have a lot to cover here tonight. Like I said, it will be recorded and we'll make it available to you during the day tomorrow. You should be getting a notification with the contents of this, plus a few more things, just some details, some reminders. The presentation is going to be linked to whatever you get to, so you'll be able to go through it again if you want to go through the presentation. And we will stay as long as you wish tonight to talk about questions that you may have that you need to get ready for Monday. So not to worry about that. This is intended to be fun. This is not school. There is no grading going on. So the goal here is for you to have some fun and to see how much fun being involved in STEM can be, from a bunch of different women who have careers in STEM, various fields of STEM. So without further ado, let's just get started. I'll bring up the main presentation. Sarine, if you want to bring up the lead instructor version, and I'm going to share the camper presentation.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Just to make sure everyone can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So, hi everyone. My name is Sarine. I was a tech trekker in the Whittier camp in 2017, and I came back to be a junior counselor during 2019 at that same Whittier camp, and now I'm here. So I'm so excited to be working with you all this week. I think that we're all going to have a lot of fun, and I think that you're going to get to experience a lot of new things that you have not ever been exposed to before, which is going to be really exciting. So camp rules: generally, just be respectful of others, be willing to listen to other people's opinions, be, like I said, respectful, and also willing to consider other people's opinions. Be on time, so make sure to register for every Zoom meeting that has been on that schedule that you got. And I need to admit Rose into the—
No, we'll take care of it. You don't worry about it, Sunny. We'll take care of it.
And like I said, be on time and be a few minutes ahead of time. Join the Zooms early. You can wait in the waiting room. It's not going to be an issue. You don't want to join late because that'll delay everything. For the naming convention, if you go to where you have just your name, your little video corner, there are 3 dots. And if you press the 3 dots, there's an option to rename yourself. So what you're going to rename yourself as is your first name, the first initial of your last name, and then your breakout room. The coaches are going to have BAC or BJC or whatever it may be, but you're just going to have your breakout room number on the end of your name, and that is on your tag. So if you don't know what your breakout room is, just check on your tag. So Zoom courtesy, make sure to be on screen most of the time. Have your camera on if possible. When you're talking, definitely have your camera on, and mute yourself unless you're called on so that we can have as little background noise as possible. So Science Day is Monday, and all the workshops are going to be based on the day that we're doing them. So Science Day is Monday, Technology Day is Tuesday, Engineering Day is Wednesday, and Math Day is Thursday.
Whoops, hang on. Whoops. My click didn't work.
So this is the schedule. Dr. Mimi's sharing it on her screen right now. What we have to make sure to do, and this was a problem in the last camp, so make sure to listen to this. From 9 to 12 every morning, you're going to be in the session, and you're going to be working on robotics and programming. So you definitely need to be there from 9 to 12. And then from 12 to 12:30, we have a lunch break. And Dr. Mimi, if you want to scroll down just a little bit. From 12:30 to 1:45, each day is going to be an inspiration hour. So we will have guest speakers talking about their own professions in STEM, and it's super interesting. The last camps have been absolutely wonderful. The stories are so inspiring. So please come to that. That is mandatory, as well as the workshop right after the inspiration hour. So that will be until 3:15, from 1:45 to 3:15. After 3:15, you have signed up for optional workshops that you can attend, whether they be in the afternoon or in the evening. So those will be on your tag as well. I'm sorry. Those will be on your tag, but every day from 9 to 3:15, you have to be here on Zoom. Just to clarify. And then as well as the optional workshops you signed up for. And we can just go back to the presentation.
Okay.
Unless anything else I need to mention.
No, I think that's I think that just so everybody knows, in that schedule that you received, which was included in the countdown to Camp 3, there are also links, hyperlinks that will take you to the instructional material for those workshops. So if you did select one of those workshops, please make sure you take a look at those links before camp, because in some cases, there may even be a video they would like you to take a look at before you come to camp. So they're all a little bit different. Some of them have more information than others, but please take a look at them. All right, let's get back here, back to present mode. Okay.
So the camp icons, these are on your tag as well. You should have 2 tags. You can use these to ask questions, to share ideas, or to just show someone that you really love their idea, and show support for your teammates, because this is meant to be a great bonding experience when you can form a community, and it's going to be really exciting, I think, for everyone.
So I think we are ready at this point in time. Before we go into talk about Qualcomm, who is one of our key sponsors, and also the developers of the curriculum for the morning session, do we have any questions? Let's see what we've got going on here. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second so we can see if we have any questions from anybody about when you have to be here. We will talk about some specifics. Camp starts for campers at 9 a.m. Camp starts for coaches who are working in the morning at 8:30. So same link, you just dial in half an hour early. Yes, thank you, Tara. And it's, when you say, is it okay if, how long is your high school orientation? All day? So we have had a number of people that have come in that your school has all of a sudden told you, you have high school orientation the last week of July. Surprise, surprise. So I understand how that can happen and how important it is that you attend that high school orientation. So what I will tell you is that there's not an awful lot of work that you're going to need to make up, but the goal is at the end of the week, we'll talk a little bit more about what your specific goal is, but for the morning session, the goal is to make a hat. And I will show you my hat. So if you can pin me, Alexis. Oh. This is my hat. Let's see. And so this represents, you'll find out a little bit more about this. It represents my values. I'm a musician. That's a guitar I made. And there's a little robotic guy there because I'm into FIRST Robotics too. I made a little pic of, he's playing the guitar with a positional servo. I have dogs. I love dogs. And so there's the dogs, and there's a continuous servo on top of the hat, and then another positional servo. I also value diversity. So I have the colors of the world crayons mounted all around the brim of my hat. And as part of the requirement, you have to come up with an LED too. So inside the guitar, I have a little light blinking in time with the guitar. So this is something you're going to make that's going to be very dependent on you and who you are and what's important to you. So your strengths, your interests, and your values, and you're going to get to build one of those over the week. So as long as you end up having built something like that over the week, assuming you don't run into issues, if you need to take some time off to go and do orientation or whatever you need to do that comes up at the last minute, you go take care of that. That's important too. Okay, Sarine. Let's see, let's go back to the presentation.
Okay, so now the presentation.
It's over the whole week, Audrey. You're going to be doing that over the whole week. So then in the afternoon, the workshops, however, are in chunks. You know, those are 90 minutes. You do the workshop, you do the activity, and you move on to the next one. But during the course of the week, you're actually going to be building every day what you learned that day to do the next step of your hat in designing and building your hat. It's going to be like a little mini engineering project. And you'll be amazed that you're an engineer, that you actually were able to do this. So it's cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So each morning from 9 o'clock to noon is going to be the robotics portion of your Tech Trek journey. And during this session is going to be when you're learning about your strengths, your interests, your values, as well as just different engineering careers and the basics of circuitry and coding. So you're going to be exposed to a lot of different things during this week. You're also going to utilize the engineering design process to construct that automated hat that Dr. Mimi just showed. And like she said, it's going to be personalized to you, your own interests, values, and strengths. All of the materials and the items that you're going to need are in your kits, and you should have already received those kits. Oh, are we on the wrong slide right now?
Yeah, we're on Qualcomm.
Okay, sorry, I was just going on about the other thing. Okay, so if everyone can grab their wearable tech notebook, which is this blue notebook right here. Everyone can grab that really quick. That would be great because we're going to be using it a little bit later.